Hello, Miami University and all Oxford community. I'm Kyle Turnbull.
And I'm Cordelia Stubblefield, your co-host for tonight's show. Welcome to Red Hawk TV.
Last week, our Red Hawk reporters, Sydney Pinchuk and Ethan Kolb, had influencer and banana ball player Jackson Olson from the Savannah Bananas here in the studio for an interview. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
Hello, Miami University students and all Oxford community. I'm Ethan Kolb.
And I'm Sydney Pinchuk.
And welcome to our lecture series interview of Savannah Bananas second baseman Jackson Olson. Welcome to the studio, Jackson.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
So, my first question is, when Jesse Cole, the owner of the Savannah Bananas, contacted you about joining the Savannah Bananas, what was your first reaction?
Yeah, so I had actually already, I kind of applied for the Bananas without applying, posted a couple of videos, and it got Jesse's attention. So I was just more thrilled when he reached out, and I was like, all right, this is obviously exactly how I planned it, for him to reach out after I made this video, and I got a message from Yellow Tux Jesse, and I'm like, who? Okay, all right. And he was like, hey Jackson, what's up? I would love for you to come down to Savannah for a few games. And it actually started out, I wasn't gonna play. I was gonna come down and make content, because I don't even think he knew I was a baseball player. He might have, like a little bit, but he saw me as a content creator. I was making videos at MLB stadiums, and he was like, all right, come down and make some videos. And I'm like, Jesse, I can play. Like, trust me, I can play third base for you guys, and it'll be great. And he's like, all right, well, come down for 6 games. We'll see how you do. And now I'm just a full-time Savannah Banana player for the last 4 years.
What was the adjustment like switching from playing baseball to playing banana ball?
Oh, well, it was a huge adjustment, just because my whole life I was playing to play Major League Baseball. Mm-hmm. Obviously it was fun for me. I loved it. But it got to a point in high school, which I hope doesn't happen to a lot of high schoolers now, where I was like, if I'm not playing Major League Baseball, then what is this all for? Now, thinking back to it, I'm like, I hope high schoolers out there are realizing that playing a sport means so much more than just succeeding at it. Like the failures, everything included in it. So I think the failures don't matter as much in banana ball, just because, and with the Savannah Bananas, because you're able to make content out of it. You're able to use self-deprecation and make fun of yourself for making a mistake. I've made tons of mistakes, and I just make videos about it, because no one's perfect, and especially not in banana ball, which is a new frontier, a new sport. But if you fail in baseball, when I would make an error in baseball, I'm like, well, there goes my draft stock. I'm not gonna get drafted. Like that scout from whatever team was here, I know he was, because I saw him wearing the hat and the polo, and he's probably writing in his notebook right now. I'm not kidding, those were actual thoughts going through my head during the middle of the game. While a next pitch was being thrown, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get drafted now.
Hello, Miami University students and all Oxford community.
Make sure to check out the full video on our YouTube channel.
Last semester, 4 new bus routes were established for Miami students. Next year, Miami will host a local train stop in Oxford. A new Amtrak station is being constructed across from the new Chestnut Street station, serving the Cardinal Line. This line runs through New York City, Washington, D.C., Cincinnati, and Chicago. It already runs through Oxford, but will soon have a dedicated local stop. The $4 million project is fully funded and was recently approved by the Oxford City Council. Now, Amtrak and the Ohio Department of Transportation have to approve it, as it's projected to break ground this calendar year and be fully operational 2027.
This week, our Red Hawk reporters caught up with the Asian American Association here at Miami University. The organization let us in on their plans to celebrate Asian American culture here on campus. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Hi everyone, I am Jack Isfording. I'm a senior organizational leadership major and entrepreneurship co-major. I'm serving as the president of the Asian American Association, which is the largest multicultural club on campus.
Hi everyone, my name is Hayden Sparks and I'm a sophomore nursing student. I'm the Fusion Organizational Chair in AAA.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Mitchell. I'm a junior Chinese major and I'm the Fusion Creative Chair this year. The way that I've always been describing Fusion is an Asian multicultural artistic showcase because of what it encompasses, the varieties of performances that it encompasses.
I think it really shows how diverse different Asian cultures are to the Miami community.
There is a theme, and this year we chose it as Celestial Destinies, which is based around the different zodiac systems you can find in Asia. So this year we're following our MCs as they talk about the different zodiacs, find out their own, and deal with what their zodiac means to them. It's all goofy, it's all fun, but it also like allows us to educate some of the Miami community and Oxford community as well. Fusion really has a way of drawing in the kind of greater community, even out to Cincinnati, where we have people from UC's Asian American Association coming to visit us. At Miami, we'll get student population who have nothing to do with AAA, have nothing to do with really any of the Asian cultural organizations on campus, where they just want to like see what it's about because tickets are free. It's only 2 hours, and they just want to see what it's about, and then hopefully they end up liking what they see. And sometimes after Fusion, we get a burst of new members who are wanting to learn more about the Asian culture that they just got a taste of at the event.
I think it's also a great way to just see like what's on campus and like what you can get involved in, especially if like maybe you've never heard of it before or it's something that you're new to, and just like getting an introduction to it so you can learn more.
Yeah. And outside of the student body too, there's been a lot of engagement with our alumni association. There is a recently created Asian American Alumni Association that will be there to watch Fusion. So it's always great bringing back people who've been on campus 20 years ago, who are still interested in seeing what's going on with the club, and to really see that we are still strong and we're putting on a great show. And a lot of the administrative people in Miami have been very supportive too. They're always interested in student life, and this is a great way to kind of showcase the creativity our students have and the leaderships that we have. So it's always great to welcome the broader community in terms of the administrators and our alumni.
And one more question. How has your experience being Fusion chairs and obviously Jack being president, what lessons have you learned, and how do you think that will affect you post-college, post-grad?
I think one of the great Fusion is March 7th at Hall Auditorium, 4:30 to 6:30.
We have pictures of our poster, which has a QR code. There will also be soon hanging posters around campus where you can see that QR code. Like we mentioned earlier, tickets are free this year, so tell all of your friends, and we really want to see you guys there.
Hi everyone, I am Jack Isfording. I'm a senior organizational leadership.
Folks, it's tornado season. Here in Oxford, here's Red Hawk reporter Boston Dato to tell you what you need to know for the weather in the coming weeks.
Hello, Miami University and all Oxford community. Welcome to a special public service presentation. My name is Boston Dato, and I'm joined today by local weather novice Sydney Pinchuk.
Hi, Boston. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for being here. You don't know how lonely it gets here in the studio.
Yes. As we get closer to spring, we start to enter tornado season, and twisters can be especially worrisome here in flat Southwest Ohio.
Oh, Twisters, I love that movie. As soon as I walked out of that theater, I bought a roof rack for my Prius and drove circles in a cornfield with the windshield washers on. I mean, that movie was something else.
Okay. Well, first off, when you see a tornado, your first instinct might be to panic.
Mine isn't.
And that's perfectly natural, but we have an acronym to help you stay calm and safe during a potential storm. DUCK.
Yeah, duck. And we can remember that because it rhymes with tuck. As in tuck in your shirt, cowboy, because the storm's a brewing.
Anyway, the first step is D, go down to the lowest level, like a basement or an inner room. If you're outside, get out of your car and lay flat in a ditch alongside the road.
Just make sure you don't spread your arms and legs or else the UFOs will get you.
The next step is U, get under something. Find a table to crouch beneath or stay down in that ditch.
Yeah, and who gets priority seating?
I'm sorry?
You know, there's only so much under the table space to go around.
I don't know. Women and children, I'd guess. If you're under something or not, you should still follow the next step, C, cover your head. You get against a wall, crouch into a ball, put your head between your knees, and your hands covering your head.
Oh, man, fetal against a wall. Throw in a DVD of The Notebook and a box of tissues, that's a Friday night for me.
The final step is K. Keep in shelter until you get an all clear from the authorities, probably an alert on your phone from the National Weather Services.
Or your neighbor across the street who's never left his front porch.
No, not him. Tornadoes can still form even after they seem to have dissipated. Stay in place until you hear otherwise from the right authorities. Now, to learn a little more, let's go to our on-the-scene reporter. Landry, are you there?
Yes, thank you for having me. As you can see behind me, tornadoes are extremely dangerous. Last Thursday night, however, we were all placed under a tornado watch.
Yeah, and Landry, what is the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning?
Thank you for asking. That is a topic people get confused about, but it's actually pretty simple. In a tornado watch, the conditions are favorable to produce a tornado. In a warning, however, a tornado is either imminent or active.
Oh, yeah, I get it now.
You still don't get it?
Not a clue, no.
Okay, let's put it this way. It's your girl's birthday and you forget. You walk in, sit on the couch, put your feet up while she stands there. That would be a watch. The conditions are favorable to produce a severe storm, or in this case, a tornado.
Okay, and how about a warning? What's that?
If she's yelling at you, calling you names, saying that you were never good enough for her, that she could find better on Tinder in 5 minutes, that the last guy she was with could have been her forever, and you were just a rebound, a blip, a mistake. That would be a warning.
Yeah, warning for therapy.
What?
Thank you for that tidbit of information. I think I speak for everyone here, myself included, when I say we are all a little bit more informed about tornadoes than we were a few minutes ago. Thank you for joining us today, Landry and Sydney.
Thank you for having us.
You sticking around for a little bit?
What?
From all of us here at Red Hawk TV, stay safe, Miami.
Hello, my name is Andrew Elvis. Hello, my name is Andrew Elvis, and welcome back to our Red Hawk TV Sports Update. Hello, my name is Andrew Elvis, and welcome back to our Red Hawk TV Sports Update. We'll jump right in and take a look at the hardwood and see how both our men's and women's basketball teams are doing recently. First, for the men's team, Miami is still the only undefeated team in the country, and coming in on Tuesday, the number 21 ranked Miami Redhawks faced off against the Eastern Michigan Eagles on the road. In the first half, the Redhawks started off strong with a 12-0 run, and the defense was shutting out the Eagles for the first 7 minutes. And despite the feeling of a potential easy victory, the Eagles clawed their way back and brought it to within 6 before the men of Steel squashed a late rally and ended up winning 74-64 in Ypsilanti. The Redhawks had 4 players in double figures, with both Antoine Woolfolk and Brant Byers combining for 30. Miami improves to 28-0, and their next matchup is on Friday in Kalamazoo against the Western Michigan Broncos at 6 p.m. Now turning it over to the women's side, the Redhawks battled against the Ball State Cardinals on Saturday in Millett Hall. These two teams came in as the number 1 and the number 2 teams in the MAC, and this matchup did not disappoint. Both teams started out slow, but Miami ended the first half on a 8-2 run to lead 27-24 at the break. This game saw both sides going back and forth, but it was Tamar Singer who was the difference maker. She scored both a career high in points with 25 and 8 steals. And the Redhawks ended up beating the Cardinals 68-64 to take back first place in the MAC. Miami goes to 22-5 overall, and its next contest is tonight against the Eastern Michigan Eagles on the road at 6:30. Now I'll turn it over to Kyle for a special look at how both our baseball and softball teams are doing.
Thanks, Andrew. I'm Kyle Turnbull with your Red Hawk Sports Update. It's spring semester, and you know what that means. Miami baseball and softball are back out on the diamond. Both teams are fresh off MAC championships and NCAA tournament appearances and enter the season with high expectations, as both teams were selected as the favorites to win the MAC in the preseason coaches poll. Let's start with baseball, who opened up their season on the road at Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The Redhawks lived up to their high expectations and took care of business with an easy sweep of the Jaguars, beating them by scores of 11-1, 10-3, and 15-2. The Hawks were led by preseason MAC Player of the Year Evan Applewick, who hit a home run in all 3 games. The Hawks would then stay on the road to play 4 neutral site games at the Snowbird Classic in Port Charlotte, Florida. Miami would stay hot and pick up 3 wins against Brown, UMass Lowell, and Illinois State, with a single loss to Indiana State off an uncharacteristically bad day from pitcher Carson Byers, who gave up 7 earned runs in 1 inning. Overall, the Redhawks are off to a good start, sitting at 6-1, and are looking like they can live up to their expectations and challenge for another MAC title. In last year's College World Series, the Redhawks fell in a barn burner to the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. But having reached the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2005, the Hawks are certainly hungry for more success. Now over to softball, where the perennially dominant Red Hawks have already played 14 games. The Hawks have only dropped 4 games, including close losses to strong programs like Kentucky and Ole Miss, but they already have impressive wins, including victories against Big Ten opponents Iowa and Minnesota. Miami has won the last 4 MAC softball titles and holds 8 titles total, just 2 behind Central Michigan's record of 10. The Red Hawks have plenty of firepower, with Katie Olive leading the team with 16 hits and Denitza Hernandez bringing the power with 4 home runs. The pitching staff is solid as well, led by senior ace Leah Chevrier. Last year, the Hawks did take down the North Carolina Tar Heels in the first round of the NCAA tournament, but fell in the second round. Do the Red Hawks have what it takes to bag a 9th title and go further in the tournament? We'll just have to see. As always, go Hawks. Now back to the desk.
Thank you for tuning in to Red Hawk TV. I'm Cordelia Stubblefield.
And I'm Kyle Turnbull. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Red Hawk Television MU.
Ladies and gentlemen, now presenting our musical guest, Hope Stines.
I don't need to air out all the things we said. I didn't even tell my friends just how it ended. And I thought about where you're at now. Are you deep in your depression? 'Cause I'm working through my own in my head. It's hard to give your heart and soul when your brain isn't there to give. And I really hope you're doing well. I'm still trying to fix my nagging eyes. Are you alright? And just work on myself and hurt inside of me. But then they asked me, so I see that we're friends, see that we're fine, see that it's just that time of life when all the unknowns stack up like stones and the pressure makes us wanna die. I see that we're young, maybe someday love could find a way, but as for right now, we're figuring out how to go our separate ways. Well, the lowest lows are settling in, so I'm up until 3. Overthinking nights with the tension's high, but we're still watching TV, and I know where we're at right now. We both need help, but we'll both fall down together, and that isn't such a good thing regardless of those movies. So I see that we're friends, see that we're fine, see that it's just that time of life when all the unknowns stack up like stones and the pressure makes us wanna die. I see that we're young, maybe someday love could find a way, but as for right now, we're figuring out how to go our separate ways, separate ways. But I don't stay up for too much straight. You cut me right to my core when you'd say love you too, but didn't sound sure. But before you, I never told anyone I'm yours. It sounded so forced, like I'm a trophy or worse, because we've got baggage, but I was carrying yours to pull you from that pit that only got worse. And then you stopped communicating and I started going crazy, but I still love you, so I'll just say with friends when they ask me. Maybe in another life, mental issues aside, right person, wrong time. Maybe in another life, you would still be mine. Right person, wrong time.